Hello, it's Matt from GAK. I'm here with Tor from TC Electronic, and we are talking about the Hoff Mini, the Hall of Fame Mini. Amazing mini version of the Hall of Fame Reverb. But I suppose the first question for me, before we go into kind of that and the TonePrint is, some people are like, oh, well, I don't want a reverb with just one control. And I try and explain that obviously you actually get a lot more than what you can actually see on the board. So compared to the big one, how does it kind of differ in its sort of mini size?
Well, like the other mini pedals we have, the only way it differs is basically control-wise. Sound quality-wise, it's exactly the same, and you can actually only get that TC algorithm in some of our extremely crazily expensive studio reverbs, and it's actually the same reverbs that's been used on The Matrix and Lord of the Rings.
Wow,
the 5.1 stuff. So it's the good stuff that we've thrown in this tiny little pedal here. So it's only the controls. And the thing is, with the TonePrint editor that we have and the TonePrint software that allows you to change all the sounds, all the things that you get on the bigger brother, so spring reverbs, plate reverbs, halls, rooms, cathedrals, all that stuff is actually in this tiny little pedal as well. You just have to load them in either through the PC Mac software or through your iPhone.
I think that's the thing. It's like people go, oh yeah, but actually what you want to do is just, as we've said with some of the other ones, is kind of set the sound you like. For example, if you've got a valve amp that's got no reverb on it, just setting a really good spring sound and, just running it in the effects loop because it's analog drive-through and all that. And then what we've got here is we've actually got the TonePrint editor for iPad. So in theory, you could kind of sit that on top of your amp, sit your iPad on top of the amp, and then kind of actually tailor the sounds as you're playing. So let's it's a little bit difficult to see, but we're gonna try our best. So TonePrint, we've done another video that's similar. So what basically with the iPad you can just plug it straight in with the camera connection kit.
Yeah, you need a camera connection to connect the pedal to the iPad, but apart from that you're basically ready to go, and the iPad editor is free like the PC and Mac version as well.
Cool. So you can actually pretty much do anything that you want, really.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of different templates. So right now the pedal is set to the default setting, which is a hall sound. So just a very nice, realistic and very lush and smooth reverb sound. So it's
really nice. Like I said, the other one's not too overpowering with that preset there.
It's very subtle. But let's try to change it into something else. So that's the easy part of it. It's just picking one of the templates over here, and I'll see if I can find a. Here's a spring one. We can crank it up a bit to get our Albert Collins.
I don't know if you can't see it on there, but as you're turning the controls on there, it's actually moving on the editor as well.
There's a one-to-one connection between the pedal and the software.
So once you've got the TonePrint editor sort of loaded up, it's just a case of you've got a load of templates on there you can pick. So what have we got going on at the moment?
Now I picked the plate one. So to begin with, we heard the hall, which is the standard sound that comes with the pedal. Yeah. But now I picked the plate one, which is the same one that you'll get on the bigger Hall of Fame when you select the plate sound. So it's just a way bigger reverb and has that kind of shimmery thing that you get with a plate.
Yeah.
So.
And a really natural decay. Some can kind of sound a little bit harsh at the end, and that's
harsh and a little granular, but this just rings out really smooth and lovely.
Yeah, and it's nice because as you move the controls on the pedal, it's moving it on the screen as well. And because you can actually, I'd imagine, because you can change the curve on there, you can actually change how much effect you get as you go up.
Exactly. So I can show you that right here. So let's pick the spring one. So right now, this goes from a rather subtle and short, and if I crank the reverb all the way up on the pedal, you'll still notice that it's not that large. But let's say I would love for the spring to be way more exaggerated.
Who doesn't love a bit of extreme reverb?
I'll just grab the decay time here, which is limited right now to 1.5 seconds, and I can crank that up to 20 seconds. So if I do this,
it's disappearing in a world of reverb.
And that might be too much, But what I can do then with the editor, it's only one knob on the pedal, and right now it's assigned to the mix. But let's say I want to assign it to the mix and the decay, so I can actually control how much of this crazy spring reverb that I want. So I'll just grab it from here, and I will grab the decay. And you'll notice up here that when I move the knob, it's actually controlling both the mix and the decay at the same time. So when I back it down a bit, I still get this.
I mean, that's a really nice touch that you can do both with one control, because a lot of people's tendencies with reverb, especially with a lot of ambient stuff, is that just crank everything up. But because obviously if you lose all your guitar in the mix, you don't hear yourself anyway.
No. Which is nice for some things, but it really allows you to tailor the pedal, even though it's deceptively simple when you just look at it on the pedal board.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. People kind of almost shrug it off because they're like, "Oh, it's only got one control." But actually, just with an iPad here, or just plugging it into your computer, just means you can tailor it. And if you've got it on a mini pedal board for different gigs, you can just load in the sounds. Which there's another way to do, which we're going to show, which is through the phone. Which obviously a lot of people some people haven't seen it, but. So explain a little bit more how you can do it maybe on the fly if you haven't got an iPad.
Yeah, so I think there's really two levels to the TonePrint stuff, or the TonePrint concept that we have. And one part is what you've seen here, and that's kind of the the geeky guitar tweaking kind of thing, which I love. But sometimes it's nice just to get a good sound. You get it right away, and you're good to go. And that's really what the TonePrint app for iPhone and Android is.
Mm-hmm. So it's nice that it's for Android as well, because we always get people always instantly go, "Oh, it's iPhone," but it's nice that it's available for both.
So in here we have access to all the TonePrints for all the pedals, and you don't have to be online. I can't afford roaming charges over here, so I have them ready here. And if I want to change from one of the settings that we have right now to something else, I basically just pick them off this long list. And this list is just not, it's not just TC sounds. It's
not just you messing around.
It's just me messing around. Good Lord, no, that would be horrible. We actually asked a bunch of really, really great guitar players to dial in their favorite sound. So we have TonePrints from Steve Vai, Steve Morse, John Petrucci, Paul Gilbert, Troy Van Leeuwen from Queens of the Stone Age.
Amazing.
All these cool guys have basically designed their perfect reverb, or their perfect delay, or their perfect chorus, and they're available for you to beam directly into the pedal.
All for free.
So right now on the Hall of Fame Mini, we have a spring, like a fairly subtle spring sound. So let's pick something else where we can really hear the difference. And I'm kind of partial to the Troy Van Leeuwen vibrato spring sound, because he added some subtle vibrato to the reverb tail, which is really cool. And the way it works is I don't need a cable or anything like that. I basically pick the sound I want, and then I hold the iPhone speaker up to the guitar pickup, and I press beam to pedal, and this happens. And I'll just crank it up so you can hear it.
That's just such a good feature, because I remember the first time that I was told about it and shown it, I was like, "There's no way that's true."
It was a fun day at the office when we came up with that. I have to say that was a bit of a revelation. And any of the sounds you want, you can beam those directly in there. And for all the mini pedals, all the sounds that are on the bigger brothers are available as TonePrints. So if you want to change from the Hall sound to the standard spring sound on the big Hall of Fame, on the mini one, you just pick the spring and you beam it in there. If you want to change the plate, you do that. So all the sounds that are available for the big pedals are available for the small pedals as well.
Which is amazing, because if you need to save space, there you go. Everything's in one small pedal. Yeah. So there we have it. That's the TonePrint editor. I really would advise everyone out there, if you've got one of these, or if you haven't got one, get one. And just try it out, because it's a lot of fun, the fact that you can just edit so much in one go, and it just means you spend a lot of time geeking out, and great for studio and stuff like that as well.
And you should spend some time playing as well.
Yeah, that's the important thing. Don't just sit and play with your pedals. I've made that mistake before. Anyway, thanks very much, and we'll see you soon.